Hello and welcome to day 8 of the PyeongChang 2018 Paralympic Winter Games. You join us at the PyeongChang Olympic Plaza to celebrate the penultimate day of action here at these Paralympic Winter Games for the victory ceremonies of the 2 biathlon events from day 7 and the cross-country and alpine skiing events from day 8. This the final set of victory ceremonies of these PyeongChang 2018 Paralympic Winter Games, as on day 9 we'll be packing up the bags from the plaza and heading towards the stadium on the left of your screen now for the closing ceremonies. So it's a week that's gone by very quickly indeed, but there are still 33 medals to be handed out, 27 from day 8 and the 6 from day 7, and it's those 6 where we will start off. It's in the biathlon, the visually impaired event, the women's 12.5K first and foremost, where some familiar faces once again return to the podium.
Please welcome the medalists.
여러분, 메달리스트를 환영해 주십시오.
It was a very long day at the Alpine Biathlon Centre on day 7. I'm sure these athletes will definitely be able to vouch for that. You see coming out onto the podium now. We have in the centre Mikhalina LYSOVA, who gets yet another medal under her belt. She has 6 this week, her second gold coming in the long distance biathlon on day 7. And of course, can't have a medal presentation without our dignitaries handing out the medals.
Presented by
메달 수상자를 소개하겠습니다.
Mr. Yu, Chairperson of the National Assembly, Education, Culture, Sports and Tourism Committee.
유성엽, 국회 교육문화체육관광위원회 위원장입니다.
Accompanied by
다음은 시상품 시상자입니다.
Mr. Chongbae Lee, Member of the National Assembly, Education, Culture, Sports and Tourism Committee.
이종배, 국회 교육문화체육관광위원회 위원입니다.
Bronze medalist, representing Germany, and her guide.
동메달
Clara Klug there on the right of your screen with a big smile on her face, the 23-year-old getting her first medal of the week. Which also equals her first ever Paralympic medal. Finished second in the World Championships on home territory in Germany in 2017. Now a bronze medalist on the biggest stage of all. With her is guide Martin Hartel. And Clara Klug, a B1 athlete, Martin Hartel, with a big job as guide. And it's certainly a partnership that came off on day 7. And of course with the biathlon, it's not just the long distance of skiing, it's all about getting your shooting right as well with the air rifle, and the visually impaired athletes using a headset so that they can hear the high pitch frequency wherever they point the rifle at. The higher it gets, the closer they know they are to the target, and it was fascinating to watch. Clara Klug getting 20 of her shots on target out of 20.
Oksana Shishkova.
Just the one blip in that respect from Oksana Shishkova of Ukraine, who is another athlete familiar with the podium. It's her 3rd silver of the week, adding to the bronze and the gold that she also now possesses. And the 26-year-old with her guide Vitaly Kazakov. not getting bored at all of that successful feeling. Her third Paralympic Games, and undoubtedly the most successful one. Got the bronze medal in this event in Sochi 2014, and she improves on that a place higher with silver here in PyeongChang.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion, neutral Paralympic athlete, and her guide.
금메달 패럴림픽 챔피언 패럴림픽 중립 선수 미칼리나 리소바 가이드 알렉세이 이바노프.
Mikhalina, LYSOVA once again with that winning feeling. It's a brace of golds for her, both in the biathlon after winning the 6K shorter distance event. Got silver in the middle distance of 10K. A sixth medal of the week, and of course still with the relay to come on day 9. Can she make it a clean sweep of medals? Such a talented athlete, and so impressive in the biathlon on day 7. 20 shots out of 20 successful. World champion in this event in 2013. It was silver in Sochi for her, but now she can,
Ladies and gentlemen,
once again,
the Paralympic anthem.
say she is
여러분,
Paralympic champion.
패럴림픽 찬가 연주가 있겠습니다.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
여러분, 패럴림픽 메달리스트입니다.
So one last photo opportunity then for Clara Klug, Oksana Shishkova and Mikhalina LYSOVA, their guides as well. And also with their special prizes after medalling. Not just the medals, of course, but the mascot replica, Vanderby, the Asiatic Black Bear. Very much appreciated gift to complement the medals, I'm sure they'll agree. All smiles once again for Mikhalina LYSOVA. This was probably her most comfortable Paralympic gold of the lot. Yeah, she'd already got enough of them. Winning by almost 3 minutes ahead of the rest of the field. A big well done to her. As we now
Ladies and gentlemen,
move on
the victory
to the
ceremony
men
for the biathlon
and their
men's
long
15
distance
kilometer
biathlon event.
individual, visually impaired.
a grueling
이어서
15 kilometers,
바이애슬론 남자 개인 15km 시각 장애 부문의
where
시상식을
it ended up
시작하겠습니다.
being an all-European top 3. And it looked like it would be a Ukrainian clean sweep. 5 of the top 6 were made up of Ukrainians, but managing to be the meat in the sandwich was the Frenchman, Anthony Chalençon, who got a bronze medal and slightly disrupted the Ukrainian apple cart, but the top 2 spearheading the podium, both from Ukraine. Alexander Kazic getting the silver, And gold for the 39-year-old Vitaly Lukyanenko. This one a much closer affair.
Please welcome the
23 seconds
medalists.
separating the top two.
메달리스트를 환영해 주십시오.
And incidentally, out of the medalists, the only one to shoot 20 out of 20 successfully was Anthony Chalankot, who is the first to enter the stage alongside his guide there.
The medals will be presented by
메달 시상자를 소개하겠습니다.
Mr. Boo-gyum Kim, Minister of Interior and Safety,
김부겸 행정안전부 장관입니다.
accompanied by
다음은 시상품 시상자입니다.
Mr. Tae-chul Nam, Administrator of the Korea Meteorological Administration.
남재철 기상청장입니다.
Bronze medalist representing France and his guide.
동메달 프랑스 안토니 샬론송 가이드 시몬 벨베르드.
Anthony Chalankot being announced to the crowd as the bronze medalist. It was a change of guide for him. Lucas Duparet is usually the man he is with. But a change of tack for these Paralympic Games, and it worked a treat. Finished 7th in this event at the World Championships of 2017, replicating the exact position he got in 2015 as well. And he's really turned out an impressive performance here at PyeongChang to get onto the podium in what was a very competitive field, his first Paralympic medal. Change of sport for him as well. 2010 in Vancouver, he was an Alpine skier, but that game's not going to plan for him. So he stuck with the Winter Games, but went down a different avenue, and he's found his destination.
Silver medalist.
Good roar from the crowd as well for him. No surprise at all.
And his guide.
As we now congratulate the first of two Ukrainians spearheading the podium. Silver medal for Alexander Kazik. It's his first Paralympic medal ever as well. This is first games, the 21-year-old. He finished 8th at the World Championships in 2017, and he perhaps wasn't the Ukrainian that we were expecting to get on the podium. But we are here to be surprised and to be entertained, and Alexander Kazik certainly ensured he ticked both of those boxes. His first ever international medal. And it comes at a Paralympic Games.
And Paralympic champion, representing Ukraine and his guide.
금메달.
And from the younger end of the Ukrainian spectrum to the more experienced part of it, gold medalist Vitaly Lukyanenko. A relaxed celebration from him. Been around the Paralympic circuit since Salt Lake 2002, and it's his 5th biathlon gold medal at a Paralympic Games. It's certainly his favourite out of the two Nordic sports. First time he's ever come out on top in the 15k, however, after previously winning the shorter and medium distances in Sochi and Turin. It was a bronze in Sochi 2014 in the 15k. But day 7 at PyeongChang 2018 was his day. And as we suspected, looking at the heavy
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ukrainian
the
field,
anthem
we would
of
be hearing
Ukraine.
the Ukrainian
여러분,
national anthem, but the man who's
우크라이나의
ensured that
국가연주가
is
있겠습니다.
Vitaly Lukyanenko.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
여러분, 패럴림픽 메달리스트들입니다.
So congratulations to the medalists then of the men's 15k visually impaired biathlon. And these athletes have had to wait an extra 24 hours for the medals, which just shows you how long a day 7 was at the Alpine Skiing Biathlon Centre. The visually impaired events, should I say, were the last to go, and it was that late in the day. And the medal presentations for the medalists 24 hours later, but goodness me, it'll have been well worth the wait. And with that, we can now look forward to the cross-country events of day number 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the cross-country
never quiet
skiing
up in the
men's
hills of
10
Alpine,
kilometer
is it?
middle, visually impaired.
이어서
we start
크로스컨트리 스키
with
남자
the men's
중거리
10K
10km
visually
시각장애
impaired.
부문의 시상식을 시작하겠습니다.
Once again, MCKEEVER just did what he keeps on doing, and that is picking up Paralympic gold medals. And a bit of a comfortable one for him as well, this, taking the gold 75 seconds ahead of USA's Jake ADICOFF. And Yury HOLUB of Belarus picked up the bronze medal. Pretty tight between ADICOFF and HOLUB, just the 6 seconds separating them. You can also see on the left of your screen the Olympic Stadium
Please
just getting ready
welcome the
for the
medalists.
rehearsals
여러분,
for the closing
메달리스트를
ceremony
환영해 주십시오.
in around 24 hours time here in PyeongChang. The 8-year-old MCKEEVER. There is just no stopping him at all. And he had the day off on day 7, saw him on Twitter being asked why he doesn't do the biathlon himself. He says he couldn't shoot a thing. Frank from MCKEEVER, he sticks to what he's good at. Well, he's more than good, isn't he, cross-country skiing. His record speaks for itself.
Mr. JangDongChang, Executive Vice President of Beijing 2022 Olympic and Paralympic Games.
Of course, Beijing, the next stop for the Winter Olympic and Paralympic Games. And the benchmark has been set very high after PyeongChang.
Dr. Gertrude Kromholtz, member of the Paralympic Order.
게르트루데 크롬폴츠 패럴림픽 훈장 수상자입니다.
Bronze medalist representing Belarus and his guide.
동메달 벨라루스 유리 HOLUB guide Dmitry Budujilovich.
Yury HOLUB getting another medal to his name. His fourth of the games. His first bronze. Also got silver in the 20k event. And he's bagged 2 medals in the biathlon, actually winning the men's 12.5 kilometre. First Paralympic Games, the 21-year-old replicating the bronze he got at the World Championships in 2017. So a very strong 12 months for the Belarusian. I'm sure himself, like many of the other young cross-country skiers that are visually impaired coming through the Paralympic ranks, they'll be hoping to be the successor of Brian McKeever when he packs up the poles one day.
Silver medalist representing the United States of America and his guide.
은메달 미국 제이크 아디코프 guide 소이어 캐즐하임.
His second Paralympic Games, Jake ADICOFF, and his first Paralympic medal. Bit of frustration for him in the sprint earlier on in the week, where it seemed as if he'd got the bronze medal and some technical issue occurred where actually it turned out he was ranked as last. So there's a bit more to it than that, but well, doesn't matter now, does it? He has got silver, the American. Big well done to him and guide Sawyer Kesselheim. A North American 1-2.
Gold medalist and Paralympic
And you know
champion,
just who's on the top.
representing Canada and his guide.
금메달 Paralympic champion Canada Brian McKeever guide Graham Nishikawa.
Well, a very good week's work for Brian McKeever. And the 38-year-old will be part of the relay we expect on day 9. Been on the circuit since 2002 and the Salt Lake City Games in the United States of America. Winning the treble of cross-country medals, gold medals in 2014, in 2010. Just a double for him in 2006 and 2002, where it was the longer distances that he was struggling at and only getting the silver. But once again in the 10K, He
Ladies
is
and gentlemen,
unstoppable.
the
It's his
anthem of
5th goal
Canada.
in the 10K alone.
캐나다의 국가 연주가 있겠습니다.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
여러분, 패럴림픽 메달리스트입니다.
Brian McKeever and Grygorii Yoshihiro. The gold medalist Jake ADICOFF with Soya Kesselheim completing the podium. Yury HOLUB with his guide. And I have to say the Belarusians winning the battle out of the bobble hats. Big fan of the Belarus hats and scarves. Brian McKeever with the gold around his neck. He spent more time with medals around his neck than he does scarves anyway. A salute to the crowd from him. We'll be back after the relay on day 9. We shall wait and find out. We'll also wait and find out how many more Paralympics he's got in him as well.
Ladies and
Been a joy to
gentlemen,
watch.
the victory
If
ceremony
this is
for the
his last, but we
cross-country
hope
skiing
that will not
men's
be the
10
case.
kilometer middle.
As we now
standing.
move on to the
이어서
standing part
크로스컨트리
of the
스키
men's
남자
10K.
중거리 10km 입식 부분의 시상식을 시작하겠습니다.
And this was very close. The top 5 ultimately in this, separated by around 35 seconds or so. With 2 medals in as many days for Mark ARENDZ. And a special moment for Japan as well, who got their 3rd gold of the games, courtesy of Yoshihiro NITTA. 8.7 seconds, ultimately ahead of the rest of the field.
Please welcome the medalists.
여러분, 메달리스트를 환영해 주십시오.
Grygorii VOVCHYNSKYI getting silver, and he was leading for most of the race, up to around the halfway point. He was the man in command. But then, when it mattered, Yoshihiro NITTA turned it around. And he is the gold medalist. Big well done to him. He's just moments away from being the recipient of that medal.
The medals will be presented by
메달 수상자를 소개하겠습니다.
Mr. Eui Hyun, Chair of the Presidential Committee on Northern Economic Cooperation.
송영길 국방경제협력위원회 위원장입니다.
Accompanied by
다음은 시상품 시상자입니다.
Ms. Eun-jae Lee, member of the Special Committee of the National Assembly for PyeongChang 2018.
이은재 국회 평창 동계올림픽 특별위원회 위원입니다.
Bronze medalist representing Canada,
동메달 캐나다 마크 아렌즈.
The fifth medal of the week for Mark ARENDZ. Every event he's taken part in so far, he has ended up back at this medal plaza to collect his reward. And the reward on this occasion being a hat-trick of bronze medals. Also thrown into the mix a silver in the men's 7.5k biathlon. And gold, of course, on day 7 in the men's 15k. Didn't opt to take part in the long distance for the cross country, the 20k of course, a wise decision, saving himself for the ones he knows he has the better opportunity in.
Silver medalist representing Ukraine.
은메달 우크라이나 Grygorii VOVCHYNSKYI.
29-year-old Grygorii VOVCHYNSKYI of Ukraine, bowing and blowing a kiss to the crowd. Doesn't look like the tears are too far away either. He's 2 events this week. He failed to medal in the men's cross-country sprint and also in the men's 7.5k biathlon, but he wasn't too far away.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Japan.
금메달 패럴림픽 챔피언 일본 요시히로 니타.
Well, I've seen this man perform a few times this week in the cross country and the biathlon as well, and he's got great attitude whenever he's attacking the course. He's very positive and upright in his body language. And the 37-year-old gets his second of the week in terms of medals. It was a silver in the sprint and the gold in the 10k.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Japan's
the anthem
third
of
gold
Japan.
medal
여러분,
of the week.
일본의
A hat-trick for them.
국가연주가 있겠습니다.
And we'll hear their national anthem once more.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
여러분, 패럴림픽 메달리스트입니다.
So a gold for Japan in the Alpine Skiing, 1 in the snowboard, and now 1 in the cross country as well, courtesy of Yoshihiro NITTA. ARENDZ. He's been smiling all week, hasn't he? And a lot of the events that you go to over the course of the week at PyeongChang 2018, you always see the Japanese flags around in number. I'm sure the Summer Olympics and Paralympics of 2020 will be very colourful indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Tokyo.
the victory ceremony for the cross-country skiing women's 7.5
Sticking
kilometer
with the
middle.
standing. But moving on to the
이어서
women's
크로스컨트리
7.5K now.
여자 중거리 7.5km 입식 부문의
We had
시상식을 시작하겠습니다.
The one Canadian on the podium for the men's, two in the women's, in first and third, Natalie WILKIE and Emily Young respectively. Now for Emily Young, it looked all but set that she was going to get silver for agonisingly being pipped to it by a tenth of a second by neutral Paralympic athlete Ekaterina RUMYANTSEVA, who was also the last to finish, as her classification is the lowest, meaning she has the most severe physical impairment, and that meant it was an anxious wait for Emily Young to see whether she'd got silver or not, and she had just been pipped to it, and it really was by the finest of margins.
Please welcome the medalists.
여러분, 메달리스트를 환영해 주십시오.
I'm sure that smile will be out though as she gets the roar from the Canadian crowd. Natalie WILKIE though with the gold, just 17 years of age. It's really remarkable from her. Her second medal of the week after bronze in the sprint. And usually you say when you've got a 17-year-old on your hands that it's one for the future. But Natalie WILKIE is competing in the present, and she is winning in the present as well on the biggest stage in para sport.
The medals will be presented by
메달 상자를 소개하겠습니다.
Ms. Kirsty Duncan, Minister of Sport and Persons with Disabilities, Canada.
Well, fitting that it's a Canadian dignitary handing out the medals here.
Accompanied by
다음은 시상품 시상자입니다.
Ms. Youngju Kim, Minister of Employment and Labor.
김명주 고용노동부 장관입니다.
Bronze medalist representing Canada.
동메달 캐나다 에밀리 영.
Well, it was her fifth stab at it of the week to get to this point, and she has got that. Fifth in the women's 15K, fourth in the sprint, but she's finally met her match in the medal with a 7.5K, and she's got on the podium with bronze in her first Paralympic Games. Her second major international medal after picking up bronze in the 4x2.5K relay at the World Championships in 2017, but this medal is all hers and earned all by her. And she is part of this Canadian 1-3.
Neutral Paralympic
And the
athlete.
one disrupting a potential Canadian 1-2 is the neutral Paralympic athlete Ekaterina RUMYANTSEVA, who is very decorated indeed. Just from this week alone, she has 3 gold medals next to her name, 2 silvers now as well. She does tend to favour the longer distances. The gold medalist from the 15K. The worst performance of the week came in the sprint. A silver medal for her. she's one of the many athletes that have been at these games. I'm beginning to worry if the suitcase is big enough for all the medals on the way home.
Canada.
금메달 Paralympic champion.
Well,
Canada.
Natalie Wilkie is going to have to invest
Natalie
in
WILKIE.
quite a big battle piece in the not too distant future. Her future follows the path it looks set to take. The 17-year-old second medal of the week, her first ever Paralympic gold. After the bronze in the sprint, gold in the medal distance. As soon as she gets home, I'm sure she'll have eyes firmly fixed on Beijing 2022. But she'll enjoy this gold first.
Ladies and gentlemen, the anthem of Canada.
여러분, 캐나다의 국가 연주가 있겠습니다.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
여러분, 패럴림픽 메달리스트입니다.
Well, a strong week for Canada here at PyeongChang 2018, which you'd perhaps expect, but the encouraging part, if you are of a Canadian persuasion, is that the future is bright as well as the present. Strong contingent of maple leaves, and they've had to make twice as much noise there for two of their own medalists. Natalie Wilkie gold, Eui Hyun bronze, and silver for Ekaterina RUMYANTSEVA.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the cross-country skiing women's 7.5 kilometer
Well, another busy
middle,
day at the
visually
cross-country, of
impaired.
course, halfway through the medal
크로스컨트리
presentations.
스키 여자
all the
중거리
events that took place
7.5km
on day
시각장애
8
부분의
as the sun
시상식을
sets here,
시작하겠습니다.
and it's always a marvellous postcard image, isn't it, around the PyeongChang Olympic Plaza. As in venue right now on the big screens either side of the blue stage are the highlights from the women's 7.5k visually impaired event. It's not often you have a medalist from earlier on
Please welcome the medalists.
in the victory ceremonies coming back onto the podium once again, but that's what will happen when Mikhalina LYSOVA, already picking up her gold medal from the 12.5k biathlon, back on the podium for a silver. Carina EDLINGER, well, relief for her, the Austrian, because she's been chipping away all week, the 19-year-old, and on two occasions has finished fourth in the sprint and in the long distance, and she's got it right in the middle. Sviatlana SAKHANENKA, she's unstoppable, a hat-trick of gold medals for her in each of the cross-country distances. And she also got a bronze for good measure in the women's 6K biathlon.
The medals will be presented by
메달 수상자를 소개하겠습니다.
Ms. Chelsea Gottel, Governing Board Member of the International Paralympic Committee.
첼시 고텔, 국제 패럴림픽 위원회 집행위원입니다.
Accompanied by
다음은 시상품 시상자입니다.
Mr. Dong-sup Lee, Member of the Special Committee of the National Assembly for PyeongChang2018.
이동섭, 국회 평창 동계올림픽 특별위원회 위원입니다.
Bronze medalist representing Austria and her guide.
동메달, 오스트리아, 카리나 에들링거, 가이드, 율리안 에들링거.
Well, ironically, she's a world champion in 2 of the 3 distances for cross country. The one that she isn't a world champion in is this one. And that's where she finally gets on the medal podium with a bronze medal that replicates the bronze she got in Germany in 2017. After unfortunately not medaling in the previous 2 events, they'll all be forgotten about now. She's always got a good attitude though, whenever she's been in races where things just haven't quite worked out for her and she hasn't got the rub of the green. She's always shown good humour. Always got the smile on her face, always waving to the crowd, even afterwards. There was one case where she was completely out of medal contention and she knew it halfway down the course, and she crossed the line and just jumped up and down and celebrated as though she'd won the gold.
Silver medalist, neutral Paralympic athlete,
Well
and her
aware that
guide.
she was nowhere near,
은메달,
and it's nice to see
패럴림픽 중립선수,
that she's finally got a medal that she came for.
가이드, 알렉세이 이바노.
Mikhalina LYSOVA. It's her again. Silver medal for her after a bronze in the 15K and silver in the sprint. Not including the 2 biathlon golds she's got as well this week. And the 25-year-old nearly tonight threw her complimentary Van der Bie replica into the crowd. I wonder what she's going to do with this one. She's looking at it, she's thinking now, do I want that? Do I want another one? We'll find out soon, but she's always got the smile on her face, and started a family after the Sochi Games in 2014. And she's back and in just as good a form as she was back then.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion, representing Belarus and her guide.
금메달, 패럴림픽 챔피언, 벨라루스, 스비아틀라나 사니앙카, 가이드, 라만 야시찬카.
Carbon copy of the celebration that she's done for the previous 2 gold medals, as Sviatlana SAKHANENKA completes a hat-trick at PyeongChang 2018 in the cross-country. She's mastered all 3 of the distances, so grueling in their own unique way. And yet more delight for her. She got silver at the World Championships in the 5K in 2017, but I don't even think she would have expected to be quite at the level that she's been this week, and to be so consistent as well is testament to her and her guide Raman Yashanka. Paralympic champions once
Ladies
again.
and gentlemen, the anthem of
Belarus.
Belarus.
여러분, 벨라루스의 국가 연주가 있겠습니다.
and gentlemen,
Sviatlana
the Paralympic
SAKHANENKA
medalists.
leading from the front from the
패럴림픽 메달리스트입니다.
first couple of K right to the final 7.5 kilometers. It's a clean sweep for her. Mikhalina LYSOVA, a serial medalist at PyeongChang 2018 as well, with her first appearance on the podium for Carina EDLINGER of Austria. So smiles all round for three very deserving Paralympic medalists. So far, Mikhalina LYSOVA has held on to this band of beat. Sviatlana SAKHANENKA not even thinking about letting go of hers. As night falls here on the penultimate day of the PyeongChang 2018 Paralympic Winter Games. It's that time of night
Ladies
where
and gentlemen, the
after each of the
victory
ceremonies,
ceremony for the
the
cross-country
sky gets
skiing
darker and
men's
darker.
7.5-kilometer middle sitting.
But still such a vibrant scene,
크로스컨트리 스키
despite the
남자
pace
중거리
beginning
7.5km 좌식
to
부문의
ascend
시상식을 시작하겠습니다.
around the PyeongChang Olympic Plaza. This crowd certainly far from peaceful, and there's still a couple of cross-country ceremonies to come, starting with the men's 7.5-kilometer sitting event, and this will be the loudest cheer of the night because the Republic of Korea created history by getting their first ever Paralympic winter medal. That's what the cheers are for. A momentous day for the Republic of Korea as well, getting bronze in the para ice hockey on day 8 as well by defeating Italy by 1-0.
Please welcome the medalists.
여러분, 메달리스트를
President Moon actually
환영해 주십시오.
was at the Gangneung Hockey Centre. I'm sure he would have been straight back into the car and been well informed of this man who has got his second medal of the Games, but his first and his nation's first Paralympic winter gold. Eui Hyun, the 37-year-old, who won by 5 seconds ahead of Daniel CNOSSEN of the United States of America. And Maksym YAROVYI also medaling. There's a tense weight in that one as well. Maksym
The
YAROVYI
medals will be
with
presented
the
by
lowest classification, so he was the last to finish by quite a bit, and CNOSSEN and Sin were just waiting at the finish line and hoping that YAROVYI wouldn't beat them.
다음은
And he
시상품
didn't.
시상자입니다.
Mr. Hyungjun Kim, Executive Vice President of PyeongChang 2018 BU at KT.
김형준, KT 평창 동계올림픽 추진단장입니다.
Bronze medalist representing Ukraine.
28-year-old Maksym YAROVYI,
우크라이나 막심
second medal of the week after his gold in the men's 15K. Couple of top 10 results for him as well in the sprint, 9th and also 10th in the men's 7.5K biathlon, but it'll be the medals no doubt that he will be remembering after this. A world champion, reigning world champion in the 15K, the 10K and the 1K. He came into this week with 3 Paralympic medals already to his name, 2 of them in the cross country. And the cross country tally for him has been doubled at PyeongChang with that bronze.
Silver medalist representing the United States of America.
은메달
And we're very familiar now with the smile
CNOSSEN
and the subsequent wave of Daniel CNOSSEN of the United States of America. It's his third silver of the Games. He won the men's 7.5K biathlon and was a bronze medalist as well in the sprint. After not medaling at all in Sochi 2014, he's really come up trumps here in PyeongChang. And credit to him, because the men's city is a packed field. There were 34 athletes involved today.
Champion,
but the best of the lot,
representing Republic of
Eui Hyun. If it wasn't already evident where he's from, just listen to that roar. This is history right before our eyes here at the PyeongChang Olympic Plaza. Republic of Korea with the first Paralympic winter gold medal, and for it to come on their own territory is all that bit sweeter. It's his gold medal, but it will feel like a victory for the whole of this nation. Eui Hyun, the gold medalist for Republic of Korea, and for the first time at the Olympic Plaza this week, the Korean national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic
wow,
medalists.
and just look at that crowd as well. Now there, for the man in the middle, Eui Hyun, what a momentous day in the history of Paralympic sport for the host nation, Republic of Korea. They've got their hands on one of those bad boys. And he's holding back the tears, isn't he, the 37-year-old? Of course, getting that bronze medal earlier on in the week in the men's 15K, and I think that attracted more people to go to the Alpine Biathlon Centre, curiously thinking, what's going on here? What's so great about this? And if they were there today, they would have certainly found out. It's a party down there. They've hosted a superb Paralympic Winter Games, and on the penultimate night, they get a bit back. We're partying into the night, will the Koreans after that, with that gold for Eui Hyun. A second medal of the Games for him, and the second medal of the day for the Republic of Korea. We are not done with the cross-country medal presentations just yet.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the women's
the
5K
ceremony
sitting
for the cross-country
up
skiing
next. This was the final race on the cross-country itinerary for day 8. But some familiar faces returning to the podium. Three neutral Paralympic athletes finishing in the top 5, but only one of them medaling. Marta Zanelina edging out Nadezhda Fedorova by just a couple of seconds, meaning that she was the one just getting into the top trio. As for silver, Andrea ESKAU was the woman to claim that. The 46-year-old has just been a joy to watch this week. She now collects a hat-trick of silver medals on top of the 2 golds she's got in the biathlon.
Please welcome
But
the
like London
medalists.
buses, Oksana Masters
메달리스트를
waits an
환영해
age
주십시오.
for 1 gold medal. And then 2 come within a few days. And that smile is back. Gold in the cross-country sprint after being so close previously, with bronze in the 12K and also a silver in the biathlon. She's beginning to enjoy being centre of the podium. And the 28-year-old doubles her gold medal count.
The medals will be presented by
메달 수상자를 소개하겠습니다.
Ms. Eun Jung-pak, Chair of the Anti-Corruption and Civil Rights Commission,
박은정 국민권익위원회 위원장입니다.
accompanied by
다음은 시상품 시상자입니다.
Ms. Wei-suk Kim, Minister of Government Legislation,
김외숙 법제처장입니다.
bronze medalist, neutral Paralympic athlete,
동메달 패럴림픽 중립 선수 마르타 자이놀리나.
Marta Zenelina, 3rd medal of the week. A 2nd bronze on top of the one she got in the women's sprint. Her best finish was silver in the women's 10K biathlon. Competed at Sochi, only getting the 1 medal there, which was in the 1K cross-country sprint. Just missed out on the medal in the 5K, but that's not the case, 4 years old. Marta Zenelina with bronze.
silver medalist representing Germany,
은메달 독일 안드레아 에스카우.
Andrea ESKAU. I hope she's got enough room left in the luggage. 3rd silver medal of the games for her, and of course that brace of golds in the biathlon. Such a decorated athlete, been on the Paralympic circuit since Vancouver 2010. Couldn't quite defend her title from Sochi 2014, but she gets a silver in this event just like she did in
gold
Vancouver
medalist and
2010.
Paralympic champion representing the United States of America.
It's been a great tussle this week between Andrea ESKAU and the girl on your screen now, Oksana Masters of the United States of America. And the 28-year-old lapping up the applause from the crowd. A heartwarming moment. After the relief of getting the first gold in the women's sprint, she's done it in the middle distance now as well, of the 5K. An event which she got bronze in Sochi 2014. Sochi was a story of if buts and maybes, so close to gold all the way through the 2014 Paralympics. It seemed at the start of this week it was the same again in 2018.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
But
anthem
now
of the United
she is
States
a
of
double
America.
Paralympic gold
미국의
medalist
국가 연주가 있겠습니다.
here in PyeongChang.
gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
여러분, 패럴림픽 메달리스트들입니다.
Wonderful story, Oksana Masters, born in Ukraine, adopted in the United States of America. And she has won 2 gold medals for her nation this week. She was actually inspired in the couple of weeks prior to the Paralympics by her American compatriots in the Olympic Winter Games, Kikan Randall and Jessica Diggins. Just watching their performances over and over again. She said it gave her goosebumps and chills and inspired her to go out and gain the same sort of Winter Games history.
Ladies and gentlemen,
2 gold medals, adding to the Americans' fine tally so far in this
visually
Games.
impaired.
이어서 알파인 스키 남자 회전 시각장애 부문의
We're on to
시상식을
the awarding of the
시작하겠습니다.
final 9 medals of the night. The final 9 medals to be given out here at the PyeongChang Olympic Plaza on day 8 of these Paralympic Winter Games. We are on to the Alpine Skiing, and all 3 events are with the men and the slalom, starting off in the visually impaired category. These events taking place, should I say, up at the Junction Alpine Centre. 2 runs in the slalom. One
Please welcome the
right at the start
medalists.
of the morning.
여러분, 메달리스트를 환영해 주십시오.
Bit of time to rest, recover, go again later in the day. And these are the athletes who come out on top. And one of the best smiles at these games is the Italian Giacomo Bertagnoli. He absolutely loves it, doesn't he, the 19-year-old, and it's no surprise at all. His 2nd gold of the Games with a silver and a bronze to boot. He seemed happy enough in the men's downhill right at the start of these PyeongChang2018 Paralympic Games with that bronze medal. But he's just got better and better since and really found his form over the course of the week.
메달 수상자를 소개하겠습니다.
Mr. Luca Pancalli, Governing Board Member of the International Paralympic Committee.
루카 판칼리, 국제 패럴림픽 위원회 집행위원입니다.
Accompanied by
다음은 시상품 시상자입니다.
Ms. Kyungwon Na, former Governing Board Member of the International Paralympic Committee.
나경원, 전 국제 패럴림픽 위원회 집행위원입니다.
Bronze medalist, neutral Paralympic athlete, and his guide.
동메달, 패럴림픽 중립 선수, 발레리 렐카 주목, 가이드, 예브게니 게로예v.
The neutral Paralympic athletes, Valery Koshubov with guide Evgeny Giarov. Weren't too far away from the silver medal, but they were a little bit closer to the Canadian in 4th, Mac Marcoux, with guide Jack Leach. So a bit of relief for the neutral Paralympic athletes here to get the bronze medal. A 2nd bronze of the week after the men's super combined event, where they also got 3rd. 6th in the giant slalom, but in the standard slalom, a bronze medal. He was reigning Paralympic champion from Sochi 2014, but still medaling 4 years on.
Silver medalist representing
5th medal
Slovakia and his
in
guide.
his Paralympic career.
은메달, 슬로바키아,
It's a 4th medal of the week for Jakub Krakow,
가이드,
along with his guide Branislav Brosman. same leap into the air every single time as well. And then the courteous bow. We know the drill by now, and we are not getting bored of seeing it. The 27-year-old with a third silver. He has got a gold to his name in the men's Super G. With his silver here in the slalom, going alongside the giant slalom silver, and also second in the downhill. It's his 10th Paralympic medal. Didn't finish in Sochi 2014 after trying to defend his title from 2010. He's back in amongst the top now with the silver in 2018. But the man pipping him to the top, I say pipping, it was around 1.5 seconds the separation. As the Italian Giacomo Bertagnolli and Fabrizio Casal spearheading the podium here. Great emotions as ever on the face of Bertagnolli. Failed to finish on home turf in the World Championships of 2017 in the slalom. And likewise, that was the case in 2015 as well. But in his first Paralympic Games, he got it right today. He was second after the first run. But it was after round 2 that counted, and he was first then with his time of 1:36.12.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and Fabrizio Casal can be very proud of themselves indeed as the Italian national anthem plays.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
여러분, 패럴림픽 메달리스트입니다.
Well, I don't know what Bertagnolli's recovery procedure is in between races on his body, but he might need a bit of recovery to his jaw after this week. Non-stop smiling for him, and richly deserved as well, with 2 gold medals. Walking into his guide there. They're better on the slope, trust me. Silver for Slovakia as well, a busy week of celebrations for them. With their man Jakub Krakow and guide Branislav Grossman. But it's all about Giacomo Bertagnolli and Fabrizio Casal. the men's visually impaired slalom.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Alpine Skiing men's slalom. Standing.
이어서 알파인 스키 남자 회전 입식 부분의
Very
시상식을 시작하겠습니다.
international feel about the podium in the men's standing slalom, with North America, Europe and Australasia all on the podium for this. United States of America's Jamie Stanton getting bronze in what was a very tight affair. The 23-year-old was leading after the first run. In fact, the top three were all in reverse positions after run one, but that flipped on its head after the second run. And the top two, Adam Hall getting gold and Arthur Bochet getting silver, just managed to find that little bit extra. And Jamie Stanton did as good as he could.
Welcome the
He gets the
medalists.
bronze and he'll be out onto the podium first with his first medal of the games. He just missed out in fourth position in the men's super combine, so relief for him. His first Paralympic medal. As for Adam Hall of New Zealand, the 30-year-old got bronze in the Super Combine, his first gold of the week. Winning back the title he gained in 2010, lost out in Sochi 2014, finishing 7th. It was a difficult 4-year cycle between Vancouver and Sochi for lots of personal reasons for Adam Hall. But he is the main man once again in the world of men's
Mr. Dwayne
standing
Kale,
slalom.
Vice President of the International Paralympic Committee.
듀웨인 케일 국제 패럴림픽 위원회 부위원장입니다.
Accompanied by
다음은 시상품 시상자입니다.
Ms. Eun-jae Lee, member of the Special Committee of the National Assembly
It's
for
great to have our dignitaries
2018.
here as well, presenting the medals, not just here on day 8, but across the week as well. And it's not really until this that you realise how many cogs in the wheel there are getting this event going and going so successfully as well. This has been a magnificent Paralympic Winter Games, and a lot is owed to those who are presenting the medals and of course those who are receiving the medals as well. They are the ones that create the storylines which the world is so captivated by. Jamie Stanton of the United States of America. First medal of the week for the 23-year-old, his first ever Paralympic medal. Just missed out on World Championship bronze in this event last year, but it's his this time.
Silver medalist representing France.
은메달 프랑스 아서 보셰.
The fresh-faced Arthur Bochet, the 17-year-old from France, making the number 4 symbol there because it's his 4th silver. And the reigning world champion in the slalom, not showing any disappointment at all that he missed out on the top Paralympic accolade here, but he's got a lot of future Paralympic games in him, and you know he'll be back on this podium time after time. A consistent display from him, only missing out on the gold by a fraction under 0.4 of a second.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing New Zealand.
금메달 패럴림픽 챔피언 뉴질랜드 Adam Hall.
This a special moment for Adam Hall of New Zealand. who got silver in the World Championships in the slalom here in PyeongChang in 2009. A year later, he won gold in Vancouver. And in 2018, back in the Republic of Korea, that crown is his once more. Currently lives in the United States. But definitely a Kiwi at heart. And a proud and poignant gold medal for Adam Hall.
Ladies and gentlemen, the anthem of New Zealand.
여러분, 뉴질랜드의 국가 연주가 있겠습니다.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
여러분, 패럴림픽 메달리스트입니다.
Adam Hall, a true inspiration. New Zealand flag bearer from the Sochi 2014 Paralympic Winter Games. But it'll be his gold medal he'll be holding aloft right now, as he gets New Zealand's first gold medal for the PyeongChang 2018 Paralympic Winter Games. And some lucky folk in the crowd will have got his Bandami gift there. Been around in the sport since 2004, and he's had an awful lot of injury problems,
the victory ceremony for the Alpine Skiing men's
especially
slalom
in the last 10 years
sitting.
or so. So for him to come out on top with a gold here is a real testament to him.
시상식을 시작하겠습니다.
And at 30 years old, you feel like he should be back in Beijing in 4 years' time, but he won't be thinking about that right now. Now, as we now go, just like that, to our final victory ceremony of the night. It's the men's sitting slalom. The final victory ceremony here at the PyeongChang Olympic Plaza this week at the 2018 Paralympic Winter Games. A last opportunity to soak in the surroundings here in the darkness of PyeongChang, and what a beautiful sight it is.
Please welcome the medalists.
여러분, 메달리스트를 환영해 주십시오.
France and USA once again on the podium, and once again the winner of the gold medal. It's their first gold of the week for their nation, but this time it's Croatia. Dino Sokolovic. In what was a really mixed field today, Sokolovic was third on both of his runs, but because of the inconsistencies elsewhere in the field, he came out top dog.
The medals will be presented by
메달 시상자를 소개하겠습니다.
Ms. Woo-suk Kim, Minister of Government Legislation,
김외숙 법제처장입니다.
accompanied by
다음은 시상품 시상자입니다.
Mr. Kwon-sik Park, Executive Vice President and Chief Networking Officer of KEPCO.
박권식 한국전력공사의 상생협력본부장입니다.
Bronze medalist representing France.
동메달 France.
Well, Frederic Francois getting into the bronze medal position by a slither ahead of Japan's Taiki Mori and Norway's Jesper Pedersen as well. It was really, really close. But he's the one that's earned it, and he's earned it with his second run, which was the fastest second run out of all the field on 50.5 seconds. And the 41-year-old from France has a second bronze of the week. It goes with his silver in the men's super combined as well. After failing to get a medal at all at Sochi 2014, he's really come alive in these games, and a very fruitful week for the Frenchman.
Silver medalist representing the United States of America.
은메달
A fair share of silverware for Tyler Walker this week, 2 to be precise. The giant slalom, he was second. And in the slalom today, the same result. Likewise, before coming to these games, Walker, should I say, had not got a Paralympic medal to his name, despite this being his 4th Paralympics. It's his best one to date.
And Paralympic champion.
But what a story this is. Dino Sokolovic from Zagreb finished 21st in Vancouver 2010. He couldn't finish in Sochi 2014, but PyeongChang 2018, he is top man. Plays para ice hockey in his spare time. Well, he's mastered the art of Alpine skiing. Not stopping him getting a program up and running in Croatia. He may be back in Beijing on a sledge on the ice rink. You never know. He probably feels like he can do anything right now after his performance today. Winning by just over half a second ahead of Tyler Walker. Dino Sokolovic gets Croatia's first winter Paralympic gold.
Ladies and gentlemen, the anthem of Croatia.
여러분, 크로아티아의 국가 연주가 있겠습니다.
Croatia's 5th Paralympic Winter Games, and their
Ladies and
first
gentlemen,
ever
the
medal, it's
Paralympic
golden.
medalists.
For Dino
여러분,
Sokolovic.
패럴림픽 메달리스트입니다.
And the red and white checkered stripes. There'll be a lot of smiles tonight in Zagreb and all around Croatia, and those of a Croatian persuasion here as well at PyeongChang. The Republic of Korea medaling for the first time with gold at these games. New Zealand with their first gold of the games as well on day 8, and Croatia with their first ever Paralympic winter gold on this penultimate day of action here at PyeongChang 2018 as well. A healthy turnout tonight, one of the best turnouts we've had here at the PyeongChang Olympic Plaza. No surprise either with the action that we've had in the last 24 hours or so. 33 medals given out in all. And at the final 3 there of the games, before all eyes will turn to the Olympic Stadium this time tomorrow night, lit up in all its glory there, with the Olympic flame still burning, and the closing ceremony, which has got quite a task on its hands to fittingly close out these games that have been absolutely extraordinary. Some real poignant and historic moments along the way as well. And so many of those storylines capsulated over the course of the last 24 hours alone. Here at the PyeongChang Olympic Plaza, all the medals have been handed out. Our medalists have been congratulated and admired.
Thank you for attending tonight's victory ceremonies. Stay with us as the concert is coming up soon.
Very soon it will be party time here. But for now, the formalities all completed on day 8 of the PyeongChang 2018 Paralympic Winter Games. Once again, a crowd gathered here at the PyeongChang Olympic Plaza, richly entertained and with smiles on their faces after seeing some of the magnificent stories that we have here at PyeongChang 2018. These have been a sensational Paralympic Winter Games, and with the Croatians and the Republic of Korea getting their first ever gold medals at a Paralympic Winter Games, it just goes to show that despite all the emotion surrounding these sporting events, truly anything can happen when these athletes put their mind to it. And the sun sets on the penultimate day. Next will be the closing ceremony on day 9, as the door will soon close on a truly magnificent PyeongChang 2018 Paralympic Winter Games.
So please give a big round of applause for all the volunteers for the PyeongChang Paralympics and PyeongChang Olympics. 자, 그리고 또 패럴림픽 유치부터 성공적인 개최까지 함께 해주신 우리나라 국민 여러분들, 또 평창 군민 여러분들께 특별히 더 감사의 말씀을 드립니다. 그래서 오늘 패럴림픽의 마지막 날은요, 이 감사의 마음을 담아서 평창 군민의 날로 꾸며봤습니다. 자, this is the real festival. Right now, you're about to witness an amazing K-pop musicians, K-pop show, music, and also the multi